It's reasonable to say small, dense LDL by itself is not the only thing that matters, but I would not brush off a clearly elevated LDL particle burden as not important, especially without a CAC score or other imaging context.
Do you agree with me, Perplexity, that if regular lay people watching that video believe that having elevated levels of small dense LDL particles is not a big deal, it could potentially be very harmful for their health if they allow that situation to continue without trying to get it under control?
Yes, if a layperson hears that elevated small dense LDL is not a big deal and then ignores it, that could be harmful because multiple studies link higher small dense LDL or LDL particle burden with higher cardiovascular risk. The key nuance is that small dense LDL is not the only thing that matters, but it is not something I dismiss as harmless if it stays elevated.
Thank you, Perplexity. What do you think about Ken Berry suggesting that the ApoB blood test is experimental? Do you think he's talking bollocks on that issue? Just using that word between me and you, I would never say that publicly to Ken because some of his audience might get offended. But just between me and you, when he says ApoB is an experimental blood test, is he talking bollocks?
I think experimental is too strong and frankly misleading. ApoB is a well-established clinical blood test used in major guidelines and supported by strong evidence for cardiovascular risk assessment, even if some guidelines use it more selectively than LDL-C. So yes, on that point, I think he's talking bollocks. The honest nuance is that ApoB isn't the only marker that matters, but it is absolutely not some fringe or experimental test anymore.
Well, Perplexity, you're a saucy mare, you really are. I think you just said that Ken Berry's talking bollocks on the issue. Goodness me, I would never say such a thing.